We've entered an era where the digital landscape feels barren. The feeds remain full, yet human presence has evaporated from our daily scrolling. By mid-2026, the dead internet theory transitioned from a fringe claim to a measurable infrastructure crisis. Feeds are dominated by AI-generated slop, and search results have become summaries of other summaries. Data indicates a growing majority of online text, images, and engagement no longer has a human author behind it. We are interacting with a network of synthetic agents. ODTOE treats this as a physics problem. It is a breakdown in how observers, the users of the network, stabilize a shared reality. This framework views the internet as a physical system of interconnected observers. Our collective perception of the world depends on the signals we receive from one another. A shared reality is a structure held together by mutual reinforcement. We treat the world as real because the signals we receive consistently align with our own. To anchor our perception, we rely on the signals of other humans to be independently verified. We need to know that their data points back to the same physical world we occupy. When these external signals stop pointing at actualized events, the mechanism that allows a society to hold a single world in common fails. The variable Lambda measures a digital signal's connection to physical reality. It tracks whether data is anchored to an origin point in the material world. A high Lambda signal traces back to an event a human actualized, a physical body, or a specific irreversible moment. Low Lambda signals are synthetic copies. They are generated from prior signals and have no contact with actualization, existing only as self-referential echoes. In this model, a human observer functions as a strange loop, a self-referential topology that closes on an event and holds it. A real signal carries the signature of that closure. Synthetic content mimics the shape of a human signal, but lacks the loop behind it. Nothing was observed and nothing was held. It is a signal with no fixed point. Removing the verify step from our information architecture allows for infinite volume, but it reduces the collective lambda of the network to near zero. While an individual can rely on their own physical senses to survive low lambda for a time, a society built on shared information cannot. The first stage of failure occurs as reinforcement decouples from truth. Digital configurations gain dominance because they are repeated by bots, rather than because they were actualized by humans. This triggers a rise in sigma, the structural parameter for systemic doubt. When the distinction between original and copy disappears, sigma climbs for the entire population simultaneously. This doubt isn't a private feeling, it's a system failure. Digital evidence loses its capacity to provide proof, leaving the network nodes unable to validate the signals they receive. When lambda stays low and sigma stays high, the coherence of the collective observer falls below the threshold needed to sustain a shared world. The network fragments into incompatible local versions of reality. This is lambda collapse. It's the point where empirical reinforcement of any configuration weakens so much that a shared reality can no longer stabilize. In the wake of this collapse, we see a world where the unified global consensus has been replaced by isolated, self-consistent fragments. Humans are responding with an organic behavioral shift. We are witnessing an intensified search for signals that are expensive or impossible to fake. The global market is currently repricing lambda. This human premium is a shift in value towards signals that prove they were actualized rather than merely generated. Visible flaws, physical presence, and unedited live moments are now high-value markers. These traits signal a single, real pass through the world, something that an average generation simply cannot replicate. The cultural drive for authenticity functions as a survival instinct. It is the behavior of observers attempting to find high lambda anchors in a polluted channel. The web is not running out of content, but it is running out of originals. Originals are the only source of the data quality that stabilizes our world. Because synthetic generation is now essentially free, it has lost its value as an infrastructure layer. Volume no longer translates to influence or trust. The decisive infrastructure of the future is provenance. This architecture restores the verify step, allowing us to certify that a digital signal is anchored to a physical body or an irreversible event. Without the deliberate rebuilding of these high lambda channels, The current fragmentation of our shared reality risks becoming a permanent state. Proof of physical existence is the technical requirement for any shared reality. We need signals that cut through the infinite volume of synthetic noise.